I'm just trying to get this in my head how I want this to go, okay? Okay? So the word is out that Kamala Harris will be the select person to lead the Democratic Party. You do not need to be a psychic to know that that's who they want to lead it, okay? A freshman senator, a former prosecutor, district attorney, an attorney general is going to lead the party that's pro-police reform, anti-gun, pro-body cam, though she didn't want body cams, pro-stop police brutality, though she ruled against, like she was not in support of outside counsel or outside investigation every time there was a cop who shot or someone died in the custody of the law enforcement. She was against that, against it. And there's a litany of things that Kamala Harris did in the past. When she was the top cop, a lot of positions that she took that will make you go, well, why is this good? Like, I look at her like she was Jeff Sessions with a vagina. And you would never ask me to vote for Jeff Sessions. You would never ask me to vote for Sheriff Clark. But you think because it's a woman and she's a Democrat and she's black that I'm supposed to go, okay, well, obviously. And no, it don't work that way. And I don't know, just think in your head that, okay, that means I don't like black women. I love black women. I'm married to a black woman. My mama's a black woman. It helps. But you even still there, you still use it. You say, oh, black men don't like black women leading. Yeah, maybe some idiots don't, but I want the smartest person in the room. I have no, but I have no indication that that's Kamala Harris. It's because you say it is. I saw her get asked a question, and she threw out so much word salad. Rabbits came from everywhere and just jumped in the screen, and a couple of deers and donkeys ran up trying to eat her microphone. She was throwing out so much word salad. The pressure, the immense pressure that people are under to pretend all of a sudden that being a cop is good. To people who was historically would be like, being a cop is not so good. And it's one thing when you're a beat cop, when you just a guy, you go to work every day. You became a cop because you were like, yeah, man, I want to help fight crime, and I get to carry a gun and stuff. And they got good benefits, and people respect cops. That's enough reason if you in the hood to say, I might want to be a cop. Forget all the social pressure. There are people who do that. And there are people who become cops because they come from a family of cops. It's like there are people that join up and they join the armed services because they're from a family of people who serve. But it's a different thing when you're like the district attorney. On a daily basis, your job is to lock up people. And now all of a sudden they act like that's a weird thing. Like it's a weird thing to make this, to not like that. If we know that the criminal justice system in America is corrupt, that it's biased against black people and poor people and Latino people, but black people first. Because we jail more poor black people than anybody else, on average, based on how many of them are present in the population, okay? So that and Native Americans. Don't forget my Native American folks. They jail, I don't know where they be locking Native Americans up or why, but they sure like to lock them up based on how many Native Americans there are. Well, this guy, Dr. Jason Johnson, he went on MSNBC. He's a contributor on MSNBC, and he made some statements that were very reasonable. He said he felt that blue-collar black men would have a problem voting for Kamala Harris because she was a DA and an attorney general.
Right. This is the Achilles heel of the Harris campaign. The moment that she heads into the real primary, everybody's being nice and playing friendly now, right? But when the Democrats really start stabbing each other in the back, which I'd say is in about 2 or 3 months, this is what she's going to get hit with. Yes, she can talk about implicit bias. Yes, she can talk about improvements that she made marginally in this territory and that. And then people are going to remind her of the fact that she was on record as advocating using prison slave labor to fight forest fires in California. Then people are going to mention the fact that she implemented a truancy policy that basically is the school to prison pipeline that many African Americans and Latinos have complained about. She can't get away from this issue. And I really do think that ultimately this might be her undoing. I think that Senator Harris is a dynamic, intelligent, and highly qualified candidate. But if she can't find a way to reconcile the problems with her criminal justice record with the policies that she says that she wants to implement if she becomes president, she's not going to get through a primary.
Or what you're saying there, it sounds like what you're saying there, Jason, is that African-American men are not going to support a black woman candidate. That's kind of what
I'm saying. African-American men might have a problem with a candidate who will be portrayed, fairly or not, as having thrown a lot of black men in jail.
That a crazy thought. Something I've said many times. Okay? It's not controversial at all. But it is controversial. If you live in a bubble where you think, oh no, people won't have a problem with that, how dare he say that? So on Twitter, I agree with him. All I did was agree that he had a good point. He's right. Now, I'm not saying he wants it to be that way, because obviously his schmucky ass is not, he doesn't have the type of courage that I have to say, yeah, I would rather that. I agree with that. He was saying what they thought. He was saying that he felt blue-collar black men would have a problem voting for a person on the side of locking people up, not on the side of getting people out. There's different types of people in law enforcement. There are people who try to get people out. There's people who try to give people treatment. There's people who work as DA, district attorneys, and there's people who work as public defenders. There are people who work, who go in and mediate. There are people that go in and they hold programs and try to reform. There's a lot of different people in criminal justice. There's the pro people who are pro, to lock up more people like Kamala Harris was. That was her job. It wasn't her job to get people out. And there are people whose jobs are to try to get people out. There's people who try to get people exonerated. So let's stop acting like it's just anybody in law enforcement. If Kamala Harris had this pedigree of fighting very hard to get people out of jail, she would be riding on that right now on a horse mule, that white horse of getting people out. She'd be was riding down the street on this horse of change that she rode for the last 10 years. Instead, what she does is cherry pick good things she did that's covered by the bad things she did and go, look at this good thing I did. I did this thing. I did the recidivism thing I was fighting against, and then leave out the part with the body cams. But later I changed my mind, but why could you be, who's against body cams? Then it turns out that she wanted the support of the police unions when she was running for Senate. Then it turns out when she was running against a Republican who ran to the left of her. So she moved further to the right to beat the Republican. Did you hear what I just said? Kamala Harris was running against a Republican. And she was so far to the right, the Republican ran to the left of her. And the Republican lost because she ran so far to the right, she wasn't even on the road no more. She was in the woods. She was down by the lake. Okay? You wanted to take exception to me and say, no, I don't agree with you. I'm not saying Kamala's bad. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm saying what she stood for, what she was about, what her record shows is a problem for us voting for that type of an individual. He's still defending. He's still, I don't agree with you guys. I don't agree with you guys. What guys, brother? What guys don't you agree with? Those black blue-collar men whose lives and families have been decimated over marijuana possession that is now legal, that's close to $1 billion industry already. Oh, you mean that? Those 3-strike folks who Kamala Harris was supporting, 3-strike laws in California 15 years after the bill was signed. Like we blame the Clintons and Biden and Bernie Sanders, for that matter, for that 3-strike law. But at least it was 15, 20 years ago. Kamala Harris was in support of that shit 4 years ago. But I hear you guys make excuses for it. If Kamala Harris was a white man, we would not even be having this conversation. The only reason why you're even considering her, that you even invited on MSNBC to pontificate about the durability or the acceptability of Kamala Harris or her track record or her opportunity to become president is because she's a black woman. Because if she was a white man, the conversation would be over. And you know it, and I know it, and we all know it. So no matter who else you send from the root, you're not going to uproot me from that position. Look, I don't have a problem with guys having jobs, all right? I had an employer back in the day too, okay? I've been doing this like 6 years. I started part-time doing this, but after doing it a year, I was doing enough where I could go full-time. So I haven't been employed by anyone in 5 years. Okay, so I say what I want to say. I can take harsh stances. I put my face on camera. I don't have to run from anyone. I don't have to answer to anyone other than my viewers. Okay, all right. So I have no problem with the blue check guys, the blue check mark brothers who work for the root, white-owned media companies. But let's not pretend that you could just say whatever you want to say and have a job tomorrow. There's nothing I said in this broadcast about Kamala Harris that wasn't factually backed up by evidence, by data. Let's not pretend that you don't have to uphold some BS or to get your ass kicked off the root, which is owned by some white guys, or Ebony, which is owned by some white guys, or whatever these organizations, all of these guys. See, that's what I don't like. See, America, here's the thing. America, people sit at home and they see these people and they think that these people are autonomous. They just see color. Because we're all screwed up. They think these people really speak for the black community. This guy don't speak for the black community. And I know the black community is vast. I understand that. But I'm saying, moreover, these people are kissing ass because they got jobs to maintain. So you can send as many people from the root to jump in my timeline and say corny garbage to me. If you're not in touch with the reality of black working people, because you thought you made it. Dude, you are just a person with a job, just like anybody else with a job, and that job could be gone tomorrow. All right? You sell out token black folks who get on shows like MSNBC, CNN, or whatever you get on, and you start speaking that gibberish, coonery garbage. You will be called out on social media because we're not going for it. You're not going to stop me from calling you out. You're not going to stop me from calling it straight. I repeat, all of you trumpeting and championing for Kamala Harris who are now pointing fingers at black men who don't support her, you need to keep it real with yourselves. And if you're going to lie to somebody, lie to your damn self. Don't lie to me. The bottom line is, if Kamala was a white dude, you would not be champion for her or him or them. It's nothing but identity politics. Now, I have no problem with diversity. I have no problems with other people being included. I think other people should be included. We need people from all walks of life to be a part of this life and represent it. But when this is Kamala Harris is the primary example. What I'm talking about when I say identity politics gone wrong is when you take a person whose track record is almost in direct contradiction to what the party says they stand for, and say, well, let me just shove this down your throat. Let me just take it and shove it down your throat because she a black woman. Well, fuck you. That's what identity politics is horrible. It's garbage. It's a distraction. It's a way to manipulate people to use their vulnerability against them. It's not going to work on us all. It's not going to work on a sufficient amount of numbers. And you know what? I'm trying to save you from you because she can't beat Trump anyway. She just can't. She's too much of what's wrong. You think on the stage next to Trump that she would be able to spew that crap and he would be like, you locked up all the blacks. And there would be a bunch of people going, yeah, she did. What's she going to say? What could she possibly say? You really think that's a winner? Or is she running for VP? Huh? I'm actually helping y'all when I call her out. I'm helping you when I call out Kamala because there's no way she could beat Trump. In a million years, she'd never beat Trump. Never. Hillary is a better campaigner than Kamala. And that takes some doing. I mean, you got to be bad to be worse than Hillary. It's like you got to focus like, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say everything wrong. You really have to try hard to be worse than Hillary in campaigning. To make more mistakes than Hillary. You got to really be up on your screw-up game. You got to really be like, look, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to clap on 1 and 3. I'm going 1 and 5. I'm going to clap on 5. I'm going to get all the dance. But you really got to focus. You really got to do your best. Roland Martin, get up and dance and do the sugar duggy in front of everybody. Look like a complete. I mean, you really have to. You really got to try. It takes some doing to be that bad. So, I'm trying to save you. All right, I'm trying to save you from you. Yeah, I mean, you need to send me a gift basket, mofo. Send me a gift basket. Send it to Tim Black. Tim Black, go to TimBlackTV.com. Go to contact. You'll find my P.O. box. Oh, y'all, Roland Martin. Send a gift basket to Tim Black Productions, TTL Media, and thank me for protecting you, from saving you from another 4 years of Trump. Because that's what I'm doing. You think Kamala Harris going to get in here and influence? Man, we got people, the visceral reaction from the community, you just want to pretend like you don't hear that hollering up. We just going to pretend that it's like y'all walked in the house. Remember that Eddie Murphy skit, y'all? Hey, look, that Eddie Murphy skit where he does the Amityville thing. Like, this is a really nice house. Look at it. It's so nice. Look at everything. Oh, look at the drapes, the ceilings. Get out. Too bad we can't stay. You guys have walked into the Kamala house, the Kamala house, and you hear voices and you act like you don't hear that. It's like, you don't hear the walls talking to us? You don't hear this? Oh, no, this is going to be fine. This is going to be great. Oh, look at all of them. Oh, you know? You don't hear it. You don't see the kids' heads spinning around. This other woman's doing something with a crucifix that looks very nasty. This person's spitting blood, and you're going, oh, this is going to be nice. What this is be? Oh, what are we going to put the end tables? Idiots. Morons. I'm trying to tell you, get out the house. And at the end of the day, what may save you may be a 75, 76-year-old white man by the name of Bernie Sanders, or 37-year-old Hawaiian by the name of Tulsi Gabbard, or if you get lucky, a 40-something, early 40-something-year-old Asian guy by the name of Andrew Yang may save you. Maybe. Or maybe the Russians will come. Crap you think. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to my rants. But actually, I think we did pretty good tonight. We did pretty good tonight. Bottom line is, Dr. JJ. And one last thing. And I got to say this. If I say something to you on Twitter, it's not because I think that you are amazing. Like, how can I put this? One of this guy's arguments was he said I was clout chasing because I was talking to him. He said I was clout chasing because I was talking to him. I'm not going to shout out my resume, what I've done. But, sir, you would have to be more popular than me in order for me to get clout from you. That's how that kind of works. Yeah, I know around your friends, they like you, they think, ooh, look at Jason, the life of the party. Mr. Charismatic. I know they say that to you. They probably all owe you money, but I know they say that to you, but it's not really true, dude. So, chill, man. Bring down the arrogance level. Be a regular human being. We can have a disagreement, and it's not because I'm trying to leverage you in order to blow up. I'm not going to blow up talking about you. I talk about real people, politicians and real issues, dude. Like, I just interviewed presidential candidate. I'm going to interview another one. I'm going to interview Tulsi Gabbard. Maybe Kamala Harris, too. Because you know why? Because when you speak truth to power, people tend to come around. But when you kiss ass, and you hide your hand, like you didn't say what you said, well then nobody has to respect you. You know, power respects power. You have no power if all you do is cower. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I love you. Go to blacktv.com to get more information. If you want me to, host one of your events or something, I'm really good at that. I'm a hoster.